Skye Nicolson back home in Brizzy. How excited are you to be back home in Brisbane, sort of representing women's boxing?
Yeah, it's always good to come home. This has probably been the longest stint out of Australia I've had in my whole life. So it's actually been just over a year since I was last here on Aussie soil. So it feels so good to be back. I feel like the world tour, as everyone's kind of been calling it, it's been an amazing journey. And obviously now being in the position to be fighting for the world title in this next fight, it would just be a dream come true to hopefully bring it back here to home soil.
Now, you fought all over the world in some of the biggest venues. I guess why Australia? Why maybe Brisbane? Why do you want to fight back here?
I think the Aussie fans. I love boxing in front of an Aussie crowd. I think the Aussie fans deserve to have big fights here down under. And yeah, I've said from day dot, I want to bring big fights to Australia. I want to make boxing big in Australia again. We've got amazing talent that are doing that, and I love to be part of that team that are paving the way and showing that next generation of Aussie fighters that there is a path for us, and we can be on the world stage, and we can have the world stage here in Australia as well.
Obviously, you're super keen for this Amanda Serrano fight. Yeah. I guess, how disappointed are you that she vacated the belt, and I guess what do you make of that sort of fallout and her decision to do that?
To be honest, I did kind of see it coming. I do think my style of boxing she hasn't really faced before, and I do think I cause her a lot of trouble, and I think she knows that. I think her team know that, and I wasn't surprised or shocked really. I was still hoping that I would get the fight, obviously, to fight for Undisputed against a pound for pound great, one of the biggest names, one of the biggest stars in women's boxing, in my 10th fight and my first world title fight to be for all the belts. Like, that was the ultimate dream, but obviously we have to go a different route now. It is what it is. The chase for Undisputed, the chase for Amanda Serrano, it continues. I've got a good tough test ahead of me anyway in Sarah Mahfoud. I think she is the next best in the featherweight division, so I think there'll be big statements made in that fight to show that I'm still coming. I want all the belts. I want to be the queen of the division, and you can run but you can't hide, and hopefully a few more fights from now she'll have nowhere else to go. And for me, I want to fight the best. I want to prove I'm the best by beating the best. I don't want to fight for vacant titles. It's not what I want. I could have been automatically upgraded to world champion via email. I didn't want that. I want my moment in the ring where I win the world title, which is why we're fighting for the vacant title. I wasn't just elevated from interim champion. And I think that's proving again to everyone that it means more to me and my legacy to beat the best, to prove I'm the best. So the chase will continue, and hopefully we'll have an Australian undisputed world champion by the end of 2024.
What do you make of Sarah's career so far? What have you seen of her in the ring?
Look, she's a good girl. She's her only loss is to Serrano. She's basically won just about every round of her whole pro career. So I know I've got a tough task ahead of me. She's had a lot more pro fights than me. She's had that ring experience. But I think a lot of her strengths are very similar to my strengths, and I don't think they're as strong as they are for me. So it's kind of like a little bit like fighting an orthodox Skye Nicolson. That's kind of how I'm looking at it, but I don't think she's as fast as me. I don't think she's as strong as me. But I think we will be in a competitive fight. I think I'm in a real fight. We're definitely not overlooking her. But I think I can make a really big statement. She had a reasonably competitive fight with Serrano just over a year ago, and she won 3 rounds against her. I don't see her doing that with me.
What sort of a time frame for this fight to be announced, the fight to happen? What are we sort of looking at?
I believe it could potentially go to purse bids in the next week or so. I think the deadline's the end of next week for an agreement to be made, or purse bids will be ordered. So I think the fight is looking like April. I know that Matchroom are doing everything they can to try and get the fight in Brisbane, or in Australia at least. I would absolutely love that. It'll be a dream come true. If I have to go to enemy territory and fight her in her backyard, I still feel confident I get the win. I still bring that world title home to Australia, but to do it on Australian soil will be so special.
How do you sort of look back at your career, 10 fights in, and how do you sort of, what do you make of the pros? You come across from the amateurs. How have you sort of found the whole time in the ring?
Look, it's been a big adjustment, technically speaking, like from the technical side of boxing. I was a very technical, tactical amateur boxer, point scoring, counter boxer. So there has been big adjustments, and I feel like I'm starting to show glimpses of what I'm capable of and where I'm going in my last couple of fights. I feel like we've made really good progress in the gym with my team. I'm sitting down on my shots more. I'm adapting more to the pro style, and I absolutely love that. I love all the cameras. I love all the glitz and glam of professional boxing, which I never thought I would. I was such an amateur boxer, and I was so ingrained in the amateur system, but I'm just having so much fun. I'm absolutely loving the journey. I'm fighting around the world. I'm meeting amazing fans and amazing people everywhere I go, and I feel like I'm living the dream, and I want to bring that to Australia.
And just a quick word, if you could, on some of the other Australian fighters in the Matchroom stable. What do you sort of made of their achievements so far, and how far do you think some of the big names like Opetaia and Paro can take it?
Obviously, Jai Opetaia's made waves. The world knows his name now. I think he's capable of anything. I see him going undisputed at cruiserweight. I see him mixing it with the best up at heavyweight like Usyk's doing now as well. So I think it's really, really exciting times for Jai, and I'm so glad that he's come over to the Matchroom stable and has had that world stage and been able to get his name out there and let the boxing world know who he is, because obviously he's been a bit of a hidden gem in Australia for so long. So to get him on the world stage, I think was really important for him in his career. And now look what he's doing. I think it's amazing. I think Paro, Liam Paro's an amazing southpaw talent, Brisbane boy as well. So obviously it would be really cool to do like a double header or something with him in Brisbane again. It would be really cool. I feel like there's so much Australian talent, and the world deserves to see it. And I feel like Matchroom are doing a really good job now of getting Australian talent out there. Justice Huni, again, another one. I think he's going to have a really exciting 2024. I'm so excited for him as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.